Hello everybody and welcome back to the Night Garden. This is Newb vs. Pro, where Ledge,
a noob to drawing, is pitted against Vamp,
his pro artist husband.
Wow!
It's June!
It's June!
That means it is Pride Month.
Welcome to Pride Month, everybody!
Welcome to Pride Month.
So, in case none of you knew, some of us here are Pride.
Are we Pride?
We are Pride.
Not proud?
Nope, that was completely, absolutely what I wanted to say. But anyways, there are a lot of different facets of being proud of who you are, of pride in general, and we wanted to really showcase that and celebrate who we are, as well as who our friends are, and who people that we don't know you. We don't know anything about you, but maybe you know a lot about yourself, and you want to be seen too.
Yep, we kind of did a little looking around and grabbing some flags.
Something that is like so noticeable about pride and sexuality or identity and stuff is that people went flag crazy.
Well, you know the joke. No flag, no identity.
No flag, no country. You can't have one.
These are the rules I made up just now. Thank you, Susie Izzard.
Yes, indeed. We wanted to do a palette challenge for the longest time, and the flags introduced a great opportunity to do a palette challenge. So we've taken and selected among a plethora of flags.
I know for me, some of them I identify with, some of them I just really like the color palettes. If you've ever seen a pride flag, it doesn't matter what pride flag it is, they're very bright.
Hey, yo, I'm blinded by the gay.
All right. With that, I guess I'm going to blind you with my first flag. Let's get started with the trans flag here.
Ooh.
So we're just going to be doing live draws of this. So, like, we're just vibing.
We just vibing, yo. We just, like, we're a vibe. And we go bzzz.
So I'm going to sketch in my just black that I have selected.
AO black?
AO black?
Where's the black in this flag?
It's going away.
What? What, this cheating? You're cheating?
Oh my god.
Illegal? Inappropriate?
All right, fine.
AO. I usually work on white backgrounds, so I'm gonna have to change that. I always forget that it's best to start on a background that is not white.
Yes.
And
do you know why?
It's
I've told you why before.
Your colors are more real or something.
Kind of. So it has to do with values.
I'm not valuable.
That is not. I'm going to rage. Anyway, so when you were working on a white background, shape. I know, right? It's very shapy. When you're working on a white background, I'm just gonna color pick.
Good, that was the point. Wow, we're picking from the colors. What are you gonna do but color pick?
Can I finish a thought, please?
Can you? Oh. What you drawing?
A flower.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, my babe.
Nope, I'm done.
You're done. You can't be done.
Done.
I need you for commentary.
You need me for commentary?
I do.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lips. They look like lips.
They're not.
They're like, They're piranha plant lips. Look at this. It's the, what's her name? Clarice? Feed me, Seymour.
That's Audrey too.
Audrey. I was almost there.
Almost.
I was close.
You can see that my darkest color is the cyan blue. And then my middle color is this pink. And then obviously white is my highlight. I am trying to make it so that my midtones are all this pretty pink color. And my shadows are this blue.
You asked if we were allowed to shade and if we were allowed to overlap colors to mix and make new colors. And I said no.
Yep.
We shouldn't be able to do that because it's these colors specifically that we're focusing on.
Exactly.
And I didn't say that you couldn't change the transparency or blend it.
Oh, I'm not blending, though.
Then how do you have that?
Oh, I mean, I am blending the color, but...
Yeah, you're blending.
It's not changing the tone at all.
Isn't it?
No.
Isn't it changing the color? It's going from that solid color to a lighter shade because there's more whiteness and light breaking through it.
I can stop shading, or I can stop doing that if you want me to.
No, you can do that. I didn't have any plans on doing that, though.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
Difference is an approach, babe.
Yeah. Differences in cheating.
I'm not cheating. You're ridiculous.
Did you want to share which flag you identify with or connect with while you're doing it?
I started with trans because I do identify with trans. I'm trans masculine, so I'm not a trans man. I also fall under non-binary, which I will come back to when we are doing the non-binary flag. But
spoiler alert, it's over on the side on the
yep
thing. So wow, good.
Yeah,
job.
wow, such surprise.
Try to make things exciting and surprising, and then you're just like, I'm gonna label that.
Yep, I'm gonna make my life easier.
No, you're cheating.
I'm not cheating.
Why'd you pick a flower in case nobody knows that you are like a whore for flowers?
Oh, that would be why.
Guess what? Vamp is a whore for flowers. And you made a joke about the fact that you've already drawn and done this kind of thing for stickers you've made in the past.
Yeah.
And one of your stickers is a vampire wearing these cute, like, big circle, like John Lennon style glasses.
Yep.
They're even bigger than John Lennon.
They're very big.
They're like bug eye.
Yeah.
They're bug eye sunglasses.
I need to sketch this out first. The shape thing is not working out for me.
Yeah. But the sticker was this vampire, and what was the quote?
Can I help you?
Can I help you? And it was in the palette of the trans colors, so we call it your trans vampire.
Yeah, my transpire.
Your transpire. Your transpire pin. Or pin. Sticker. Yeah. Are those currently available?
I do not have them up for sale. I was thinking about re-releasing them once this came out.
Cool. So be on the lookout for that. If it is available, we will link it so that you may purchase it if you would like to, along with some of our other Pride.
Oh my God.
Me. I'm proud of that one. Hey, yo.
God.
As well as some of our other Pride merch, because you had an entire line of anatomical hearts that said "not a phase" on it, and the atriums or ventricles. I can't remember. I'm not heart anatomy literate, but
how dare you not be a heart doctor?
I know, right? I'm just a doctor's kid. But the ventricles or the whatever the fricks. The things, here, look.
The chambers of the heart.
The chambers of the heart. Voila, here they are on screen before you now, so that you may view and I may not. All of the
yeah.
All of the words that are in the language. Yeah, so I really liked that idea of it being not a phase and it's being just innate to your human humanness.
There we go.
And even saying that, like, some people don't identify as human in nature at all. But yeah, it's interesting and beautiful that there's such variety in the world, and we wanted to really be able to pay homage to that. Homage. Who cares? There's a fucking H in
Homage.
it. No, there's an H in it. But man, we're just
rambling.
No, I'm not. You're cheating. I'm rambling.
I'm not cheating.
But we really wanted to pay homage to a lot of our friends, because I have a lot of friends that identify differently than I do. And obviously, there's an entire world of a quadrillion different people. True story.
Sounds fake.
Facts checked prior to.
Sounds super fake.
Sounds totally legit and not fake and a real number. So we weren't able to cover all of them. I'm sorry if you are missing, if your connection is missing within the groups and selections that we have done. Some honorable mentions, I think, that I saw was a drag pride.
Yep.
Which were really fun colors. I was so close to picking that one just because of the colors itself. It had a crown in the center.
We don't have any aromantic representation, I don't think.
Well, I did ace, but
ace is okay. So this is a teaching moment. Asexual is not the same as aromantic.
Mm-hmm.
There are different facets to identity.
We didn't do too many romantic anythings.
That's because a lot of romantic stuff is lumped into asexual or sexuality. So like you can have a sexual leaning without having a romantic leaning, or your romantic leaning might be different than your sexual leanings. I consider myself pansexual, but I would consider myself more leaning towards gay romantic, homo romantic, which is neither here nor there.
Which there was a flag for gay.
Yep.
And it, like doing a little bit of research too, originally it didn't have a specific color that kind of included trans men into that aspect, because trans men can identify as gay as well.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate that the LGBTQ+ communities are fragmenting in very negative ways, to the point where people want to cut out the T out of
I was hoping
the
we wouldn't
community.
have to talk about that today.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But it's a reality of Pride, and it's a reality of the community in general.
Pride wouldn't exist without a trans black woman.
Exactly. Honestly, gay rights wouldn't... probably would have existed eventually, but like it got kicked off.
Well, and the thing is that is exactly why intersectionality is important when it comes to activism.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And another one that I really liked was the, what is it? How is it said? POC? Person of color?
BIPOC.
BIPOC.
Black Indigenous Person of Color.
Yes, that one was really cool as well. There was a Two-Spirit one that I saw on the Colorado College or Colorado Institute or a university website that called that out, because they have a lot of native indigenous reservations and stuff out there too. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was really awesome that they had the ability to include that. I mean, Colorado is pretty...
I love Colorado.
Oh, Colorado is really great. What were some other notable mentions that you saw that you liked? There was the polyromantic one that I really liked. There were like two different styles for polyamorous. Yeah, that was it. Because one had a pi symbol in the center, as in like
for infinite.
1 for whatever. I used to know more of them. 5-9 something.
I don't know.
But then they apparently changed it to have the infinity symbol along with a heart. Mm-hmm. In the center instead of the pi symbol, because I'm sure people mocked it and were like, I'm pi romantic.
Yeah.
Kind of like how pansexuality, the joke there is always...
Oh, yeah, pans.
I do fuck them. I lick my pans, do you?
Wow.
Guys, is it gay to lick your pans? Fellas, is it gay to love your fiance?
Go away. Fellows, is it gay to
two guys sitting in a hot tub
6 feet apart because
they're not gay? Is it gay to sit in a hot tub with your pals? Is it gay to go to a sauna with your friends?
Fellas, is it gay to be emotionally vulnerable? All right, that's enough of that.
I don't know what you mean. It's never enough of that. But whether you are in a safe place or you are currently stealth, we hope that you are having a marvelous Pride or are finding ways to rebel, be yourself in ways that are safe for you.
Indeed.
because one person's existence and expression of anything is not going to ever be the same as
someone else's.
Anybody else.
Yep.
The path can only really be chosen by you, and only you can really tell yourself or others what you're about. And that's on your business. That's your business too. If you don't want people to know, you don't need to tell them shit.
Yeah. There are tons of people who are perfectly fine
being.
Just being.
Just vibing.
I mean, that's kind of where I sit. Like, I don't really actively talk about the fact that I'm trans. If people ask or if it comes up, then, like, sure. You know, like, it's not something I hide.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it anybody's business, you know?
Yeah. And I think part of that is a sense of kinship, a sense of community, a sense of belonging, a sense of, like, relation in some way. It's kind of similar to, like, fandoms. Like, oh man, you like Pokemon? I like Pokemon too. Oh man, you like Supernatural?
Same hat!
Same hat! Same hat! Same hat, but different color.
Yeah.
One of the most interesting things about that is a comment that you shared or somebody shared on Easter, because Easter this year fell under Transgender Day of Visibility, which made a whole lot of awful people angry.
Yep.
Somebody had posted somewhere where they basically said, you know, if Jesus was immaculately conceived.
Yeah, immaculate conception.
Then he would have only been able to have the genes of his biological mother.
Yep.
Which would have made him XX.
Yep.
Which, according to all of those people that think that chromosomes are the only things that define sex,
would make him female.
Would have made his genitalia present as assigned female at birth.
Yeah.
Then they were basically saying and arguing, like, Jesus was clearly a trans man if you go based on that argument and that kind of logic. But for some reason, you don't seem to want to accept that. And so that's very intriguing in terms of...
I think it's because a lot of people who make those kind of assumptions when it comes to biology don't actually know biology.
Right. Or they know an outdated version or an outdated elementary understanding.
They know basically what they remember from, like, middle school.
We need to look up if there are any kind of pride celebrations or anything that we want to go to.
There is one in our area.
Yep.
And I would like to go to it.
Okay. It's a date.
Okay.
Yay.
All right.
Look at this. This is pretty.
Yeah, but it's taken me a while because it's a flower.
Yep. Why'd you do this to yourself?
Because I like flowers.
Yeah.
All right. This is slowly starting to come together. I'm a very slow artist, in case nobody can tell that yet.
I mean, yeah. It'll be fun because we are doing time challenges in not June, but July as our upcoming episode. So be on the lookout for that. If you want to see us struggle with...
The struggle is so real!
Doing things quickly, then you're gonna love July.
Yeah. Time challenges are by far something that I hate more than anything else. And I largely said, let's do it because of that.
If you don't like doing something, it probably means you need practice doing it.
Exactly. That's a reason why I do a lot of characters, even though I don't really like drawing characters, because the reason I don't like characters is because I have a hard time with anatomy, and anatomy is one of those fundamentals that is lifelong learning, so it's not like you just get good at it one day.
Get good!
All right, Hornet.
Sure! Speaking of gay icon. So, yeah, people... Well, I shouldn't say people, but circles that I've viewed and watched tend to put Hornet and Lace, who is, like, one of the new, looking like it's antagonists.
In Silksong?
Silksong win! Put on your clown makeup.
For anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, Vigigames.
Silksong is never releasing. It's not real.
No.
Did you have other Pride? You did have other Pride stickers. You had a bat
Yep.
that said,
Bigots make me batty.
I don't think that was any particular.
No, that one was meant to be more of ally sticker.
Ah.
Or like just in general, because intersectionality is important. Just kind of like, it's not okay to be against someone's being.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
You also had a witch's pot or a cauldron.
Yep, that one was an agender pride, or agender and gender strictly agender.
Because the binary is a curse.
Yep.
Was the one for that.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was gender fluid or agender. I think it was gender fluid, actually. Yeah, gender fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Yay! Yay!
Look at this.
Right? I'm almost done with it. All right. I think that might be my trans pride thing.
Look at that.
I think we're actually going to...
It's pretty pink heavy on the right.
Mm-hmm. Because there's not a lot of shading. Yeah. If I wanted to, I could go more subtle with the colors and just kind of...
There's nothing subtle about these colors.
I know.
Wow.
Okay.
See, because with blurring like that, you end up inadvertently blurring the pink and the blue together to make a purple.
There's no purple there.
Your eyes turn it into purple.
Yeah. Little trick of the trade.
Meaning there's purple.
There's no purple.
See what I mean by cheaters?
I'm not cheating.
Look at that. Just... It's a trick of the trade. Our eyes think that it's purple, but it's not purple, so it doesn't count.
There we go.
Look at that pretty flower.
Yeah, that took me half an hour.
Sure did.
Here we go. All right, non-binary.
Welcome to the non-binary, otherwise known as non-binary. No binaries may be present in this area. It is not a safe place for you binary, so get out. No binary allowed. We don't want your little fluffy ears. We don't want your little cotton ball tail. I am reminded of the giant hornets.
The giant hornets.
In Donkey Kong Country.
Oh god, okay.
The buzzes, I think they were called.
Alright. There's my sketch.
That's totally wasp body.
It is totally wasp body.
And you were telling me that for some ungodly reason, the non-binaries...
The non-binary?
It doesn't make sense. They should just draw a can of beans.
Are you policing?
Are
you policing?
What did
arrest. You just say?
You're under arrest. I just don't understand how... It's a stretch.
Is anything like that is anything like that not a stretch?
Where is pink on a bee?
I'm not using pink.
But there's pink in the flag.
No, there's not. It's purple.
Oh my god. What is purple but a blue pink?
Oh my god. No. Go away. Get out of here with that.
Look on your color wheel. What's between pink and blue?
Magenta.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, what's that?
This right here?
Uh-huh.
That's purple.
What's on the left of purple?
Magenta.
That's pink.
Oh my god. Get away from me.
That's how angry he gets. Listen to how angry he gets.
Why do I have to deal with this?
You ever watched the Bee Movie?
No.
Oh my goodness.
I do know everything about the Bee Movie, though, because people went freaking wild over it.
The Bee Movie is so cursed.
All right, I'm going to go more for your rules here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're not cheating this time?
I wasn't cheating before.
Look at this silly guy. There's some honking friggin' teeth. It's not even a bee.
No, it's a hornet.
Shaw! She came back!
She did.
She came back!
I should have just drawn Hornet.
Goodness gracious. I should start, instead of, I say goodness gracious a lot, I should start going JoJo. Oh, good grief.
Oh, good grief.
Oh, good grief.
Why would you do this to yourself?
I don't know. We haven't even watched JoJo in, like, months.
No.
So, can of beans.
No.
I just find it funny because bees are almost innately female.
Right. What does that have to do with anything?
The fact that non-binary, like, the unofficial mascot is a bee.
It's not a mascot. It's just that I've seen a lot of designs of people doing bees. So I did a Hornet to be unnecessarily contrarian.
Look like a butterfly, sting like a butthole.
I will not comply.
Are they a murder hornet?
No.
Why not?
Because
Are they not murdery enough to
they're
be
not
a murder
murdery
hornet?
enough to be a murder hornet.
Ooh, need more murder.
Okay.
In game.
In game.
I don't want to get in trouble.
All right, Ray.
No. If it works, it works. So non-binaries. Could have drawn a bee drill.
I could have.
You could have really made it non-binary. And then you could have had like a tagline to be like non-binary.
Why are you like this?
Because I am an inventor. I am an innovator.
An inventor, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
I innovent things.
Innovent?
I innovent them.
Okay.
Yep.
That's nice, dear.
Listen up. It's not my fault that I'm right.
Okay.
Because, like, Beedrill's pretty damn cool.
They are.
You could have done a Vespa Queen.
I could have done a Vespa Queen.
Like, Yas Queen.
I am not doing Pokemon fan art right now, okay?
Vespa Queen.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah,
Alright.
look at that guy.
Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum.
I do like your little guy.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah. Yassified.
No.
What? No?
No.
Why aren't we yassifying?
Because.
Why?
Yeah,
But why though?
because.
Can we yassify a little bit?
Okay. As a treat.
I don't even know if that picked up.
I don't know.
That was pretty quiet.
Yeah.
I can only pray as I edit this later if it even picked up. Look, the purple.
Look, the purple.
Look, the blue pink.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am. So very.
You're ridiculous.
Ayo, let's go. Blue pink.
Tell him how wrong he is in the chat.
In the chat. In the comments.
Yeah.
Hey mods. Castrate this man.
Yippee.
What are some other bastard bees?
Bastard bees?
There are the bees in Banjo-Kazooie,
Yeah.
because there's the hive in...
There's the hive in Hollow Knight.
There is the... Oh, Big Bee.
Big bee. Big bee. Big bad wolf.
This is not a wolf.
Big bee.
No. Glass him.
Glass him.
Good lord.
Sorry, guys.
This is how shading works.
This is how shading works when you're only allowed to use certain colors.
Good.
I'm being innovative.
Innovent them.
I'm innoventing.
Innovent. Among Us, Ayo.
Among Us.
Imposter, he's venting.
Sus.
Ayo, Sussibaka. The Sustine Chapel.
Oh my god.
Am I wrong?
I married this.
You did. You sure did. Very much. like without even questioning it. You had 15 years. No.
It's been 15 years.
It hasn't.
No, it hasn't.
Almost.
We've been married for 9 years.
Yeah.
Ayo, 9 years.
Ayo, that's gay.
That's gay. Let's go.
Ayo. You were having some troubles with these lines and my earring just fell out.
Good job.
My gauge.
For a second, I thought you were going to be like, my gay.
I mean, that too, but...
I didn't realize that your earrings made you gay.
Are these similar colors to what the drag queen
No.
ones were?
Drag queen was blue and purple.
Okay. Oh, I really like this yellow. You're like, oh god, please don't fucking say that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just like, this is like canary vomit yellow.
It is.
It's good though. Look at that, guys. It is really cool to see the shading and how you did the shading and the highlights of the whites and the purple to the black. Like, my eyes are boggling out to the point where that black almost looks like a really deep, dark plum.
Right.
Which is really cool.
And it's straight black.
I think it's because the yellow and the... I believe you. I think it's cool because it's like the yellow and the black kind of make it, or the yellow and the purple make it kind of do that.
Right.
Because of the...
Well, yellow and purple are...
analogous.
No.
Fuck. Opposites.
Yes. Yes, they're complementary.
Nailed it. Oh, I'm the best. First try.
Sure.
Ooh, yeah, this cross-stitching. I mentioned this.
Cross-hatching.
Cross-stitching. This cross-hatching I mentioned as, like, being, like, more comical as graphic as in comics. And then I also suggested, like, oh, the dot matrix shading.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about the dots. Yeah, there's my B.
Look at that! E! Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy birthday.
To the gays. It's the gay birthday.
It's the gay birthday.
All month.
All month long.
All month and all year, and everything is gay to him and himself.
Are they blue?
No, they're purple and yellow and white and black.
All right.
On to the next one. So, moving right along, let's start this off with some shapes. That looks good.
All right, so what's the concept here?
So, the pan flag.
So pansexuality is similar to bisexuality. Bisexuality is saying liking two different genders. Pansexuality is saying liking all genders.
Yeah, I know that there have definitely been pushback by some people that I know identify as bi that do love all genders too. So it's a tricky, slippery...
I honestly think that bi and pan are essentially the same exact thing. It's just a slight nuance to whoever uses that label.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I identify as pansexual. Would I be upset if somebody called me bisexual? No, not really. But the nuance is that, like, I prefer the label pansexual just to be a little bit more inclusive.
Yeah, because I understand where bi is... acknowledging that there's a binary, or assuming or enforcing that there is a binary, so you wouldn't enjoy people that are gender fluid or that are non-binary.
Yeah.
It's right there in the name. So I can totally understand that, where I get it, but I also do understand where, like, some bisexuals would be like, I don't understand why there's two different things, or I feel insulted if people say that I'm not.
Right. And I think the most important takeaway from this particular conversation is that you should never police somebody else's label.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if somebody wants to call themselves bisexual, let them call themselves bisexual. You know, if somebody wants to call themselves pansexual, let them call themselves pansexual. Labels are for the person that is labeling themselves, not for the people who are trying to perceive them.
Right.
So, you know, and I think that's where the confusion happens when people are like, I don't understand why you have to be, you know, trans or something like that. If they're not being inherently obtuse, like if they're not trying to be knowingly bigoted and they're saying, I don't understand why you have to do this, you're the same person, I think it's because they don't understand that labeling yourself is a sense of identity. It's answering something that you previously didn't have words for. It's the same thing as seeing, you know, representation of yourself in media. Such a bright pink.
It sure is. It's a very pink. I'm gonna do a heckin' slogan.
Fun fact, these are the printing colors. Magenta, yellow, and cyan.
Which is why I designed or did this as a pen doing a hecking draw.
That makes sense.
Yeah, there's my pansexual one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Looking good.
And hide this to reveal
the intersex.
Intersex, indeed.
This is going to be hard with only 2 colors.
I don't know them, but somebody that I speak with who is a lesbian, I believe has a sibling that is intersex. So I wanted to be able to pay homage to that. On the progress flag, it is there, and I'm really happy that that got included, because that's not something that people even really look at and go, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases.
And it's a struggle to be intersex that isn't necessarily, like, acknowledged in many spaces.
Right.
Intersex it has to do with biology and genitalia. Biology is weird, guys. Most people think that there are only 2 types of person that exist, XX or XY chromosomes, and that's not necessarily the case. There are people who have, like, a mix of different chromosomes, and then there's also people who have, like, different makeups that, like, give them secondary sex characteristics that don't necessarily match their chromosomes. It's a cactus. Being all deserty and stuff. Cute! Look at that! That's really cute, Bit.
Thanks.
Cats do a heckin' scream. Really, one cat does a heckin' scream.
See, I'm cheating now that you showed me that spray canister.
I thought you weren't allowed to cheat.
Yeah, well, you cheated first, and then you were trying to say that it was fine.
It was.
And that's this one.
That looks really nice.
Right off the cuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was really fast.
Yeah, I mean, 2 colors. A little bit more limited.
Right? Gender fluid.
Gender fluid, indeed. So, we've got a whole bunch of fun colors.
Yep. Pinks and purples and blue.
Is that blue or is that purple?
Blurple. Indigo. Gender fluid is when you don't really subscribe to, like, one specific gender. Some days you feel like XYZ, other days you feel like ABC, like that kind of thing. You kind of change from moment to moment, day by day. Whereas non-binary is different in that, like you can be gender fluid if you're non-binary, but non-binary just means that you are neither male or female like masculine and feminine exists, but it's not on a line. It's more of a spectrum, and you don't exist solely in one camp kind of thing. You're kind of just somewhere within the spectrum. Genderqueer is very similar to non-binary, but it's like I'm anywhere on the system, or on the spectrum, but like do not perceive me as male or female or masculine or feminine.
Yeah, so we've got this lovely blue here. And the first thing that I think of when I think of blue is water.
Okay. So we've got a boat.
Yeah.
Cool. So how are you gonna implement the white?
The white is going to be the sun, I think.
Cool.
And now we get to have person in the boat. Person in the boat. And we're doing silhouettes, because we don't want to draw an actual person.
Silhouettes are easier anyway.
Person in the boat.
Break it down to its shapes and...
Person in the boat.
just kind of,
Person in the boat.
not have to deal with anatomy.
In the boat. You still kind of have to deal with anatomy.
A little bit. I mean, you're dealing more with proportions than anatomy at that point.
Person in a boat. That is too long hat. Person in a boat. Do. Person in a boat. Do. There's a person.
You having fun with your person in a boat song?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do fishing?
I do not do fishing.
Why not?
Because we cannot keep what we fish, and if you release a fish back into the wild, it dies anyway, and I feel real skeevy about that.
Yeah, that's very true. Oh no, look what I've done. I've made it so that I need to follow a line almost straightly and very gently. Or I could just go.
You could use a line tool. Nice.
One of the reasons that I wanted that line, or the fishing line here, was to give it more interest. But drawing a straight line is damn near impossible.
It is. Unless you're using a hotkey or adding it with a line tool.
There we go.
Nice. Why is fishing considered, like, such a manly thing?
I imagine it goes back to the whole dumb stuff about, oh, hunting and gathering, and this is hunting, and oh, sports.
I guess so. I thought it was something to do with sports.
I don't know, but around here, like...
Everybody fish.
Everybody fish, yes. So here we get to just kind of...
That's one way to put the sun in.
Exactly. There we go. Look at that.
Amazing.
Beautiful. And if I wanted to...
You could add a little bit of, like, white in the water or something.
And also, like, these weird, like, sun rays. Those are real. Clouds. Oh, yeah, the sun, or the water. Kind of like how you did water in in... That didn't happen yet, actually.
We recorded it, but it's not out yet. There's a thing that I did, a scribble in the water.
Yeah, that's the sun's reflection.
Yeah, that's a good way to do that.
And if we really wanted to get fancy with it.
Give a rim light to the boat and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you. Picking up on tricks.
Oh, that's way too... He doesn't have a nose.
Right. Hey, that doesn't look half bad.
Perfect nose.
Look at that!
On the first shot, I think he needs a collar, though, or else his head and neck looks really weird.
Yeah.
I think his head's a little bit big.
A little bit. Compared to the rest of his body. Not bad for just kind of freehanding the shape, though.
Still kind of... Make him thicker and thicker.
I think he looks fine now.
There we go. Look at that man.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. And last one for me.
Showing me up something fierce. I only did 2.
Well. Alright, we need a new layer.
Hello, layer! I hate that we just did that.
Oh, I need that rounderer.
Rounderer. There you go.
Yeah, I think that looks good. It's a little low. There we go. Alright. So, with the ace, I'm gonna be real lost at...
Are you looking for your symmetry tool?
I will be needing it, yes.
It's the thing that looks like a triangle in your tool kit. Yep. And then on this got smushed again, but
If you could just... If you could change your fate, would you?
Symmetrical ruler. And then you want to make sure that this is set to 2.
Number of lines?
Yeah, number of lines should be 2.
Okay, there we go. It's 2. Alright, let's make another layer, and then we'll make a heck and
Just tap with your pen. Alright, that went... There you go.
Well, I
That-
need it straight.
That's your... Yeah, that's your ruler. So...
Cool, it did the thing.
It did the thing.
And then we're gonna do a heckin' like that. I want you to be even, please. Thank you. Okay. Okay. These lines are squiggly again. Because they're awful. They're so squiggly. So phantom text.
Ace is short for asexual. What that means is somebody who doesn't have sexual attractions. So, like, you probably do have romantic feelings, but, like, you don't... A lot of people do tend to put sexuality and romantic in the same boat, but just because you love somebody doesn't necessarily mean you want to, you know, be physical with them. Asexual just means, like, that. Like, you don't have urges to be, you know, sexual with somebody. Demisexual, which is one that I picked, is on the spectrum of that. So it's, like, either you need to be close to somebody or only have sexual attraction sometimes in special occasions or that kind of thing. That's the best way that I can explain it. I may be wrong, or explaining it in an unclear way. If anybody wants to, you know, put your own definitions in the comments. So, don't police how other people define themselves.
Yeah. Yep. And all jokes aside, like, I was making fun of, like, the B aspect for the non-binary because you've seen some people, like, draw Bs and a higher amount of time than not, and it's just kind of like, I was mostly just joking and teasing. It actually stands for non-binary because we do not accept
the binary. Always comes back to Pokemon with you.
Apparently. This was a lot of fun. It was a challenge. I've never done palette challenges before either.
Palette challenges are hard, and it can be very difficult to limit them in the way that we did, with no blending, no, shading or anything like that. So,
yeah. But thank you, everybody, and happy Pride. I hope that you are able to remain safe throughout this month as well as all throughout your life. And you are able to have the support that you need. Remember, if you are in need of support, there are options for you to go to, phone numbers that you can contact, and people in your life, I hope, that will be able to sit and listen if you do need help.
And if you are able to, be loud and be proud. If you are not, then you're still very much seen.
You're very valid.
Very valid, and we love you. And yeah, take care of yourselves, everybody.
Indeed. And if you like this content and want to support individuals this Pride and for the rest of YouTube, hopefully, give us a subscription. Give us a subscription. Subscribe here on YouTube. It's as easy as clicking, and then you can get updates on when we post. We post every other Wednesday and
every Friday.
So we try to give you content that's about art, and that's about learning, and that's about education, which is same as learning. But yeah, we love you guys.
If you like what we do, then check out the coffee. And if you can support the channel, that'd be really great. It helps keep this thing going. And we will see you next time. So drink your water, take care of yourselves, do what you can. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.